Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
What's up guys, Dota Academy here, and today we're going to be going through in depth about the gameplay update of 7.06. Now this is going to be a 3-part video, and in this video we're going to be going over the general changes. Now first things first, there's been changes in the deny mechanic. So creep denies now grant the denying team 30% of the XP bounty. The normal deny XP has been increased from 70% to... The normal deny XP increased from 50% to 70%. There's been a massive nerf on shrines in 7.06. Shrines now start on cooldown and only become available after 5 minutes. There is now a reduced number of shrines count in the base from 5 to 3, so there's less shrines that you're able to use in your base, which completely nerfs it, as well as the mana regen growth per minute reduced from 1 to 0.75. There's been a few changes in the lanes. There is an extra melee creep in the mid lane, only for the first 15 minutes, but creeps do go closer to the offlane towers now, and the aggro duration from creeps is reduced to 2.3 seconds, as well as the cooldown of the aggro is increased to 3 seconds from 2.5. The creeps lane vision has been reduced now to 750, so that's a little nerf of the vision you can get from the creeps in the lane. Now, massive buff to all of the junglers. The neutrals are now spawning every minute instead of every 2 minutes, like how it was before patch 7.0. Loads of people were saying that jungling is dead because after 7.0 they made the neutral spawn every 2 minutes, but now this has been changed back to how it was before for every minute, except, well, instead of every 2 minutes. Siege creeps got a massive buff, HP increased to 825. That's crazy. Also, the damage they do to structures have increased by 100% to 250%. The spawn rate is reduced though every 7th wave to every 10th wave, which means there's going to be less siege creeps. You'll see them less on the map with those intervals of the 10th wave. There's also now extra range siege creeps spawn at 40 minutes instead of 45, so you're going to see them extra ones a lot sooner. In terms of attributes, all of the heroes have increased strength now for 0.3, and the regen from strength increases by 0.03%. The reduced base HP regen though by 0.25, which is kind of compensates because all the heroes are getting a strength gain and there's a minor HP increase, but the base regen has been decreased. Intelligence spell amplification, it goes from 1% for 15 intelligence to 1% per 14, so you're going to get more spell amp damage from intelligence now. Also, the mana per point of intelligence is reduced to 11, so tiny nerf on the mana pool, and the base mana is increased to 75, so that kind of compensates again for that reduce in intelligence. In terms of the economy, the reduced melee creeps base XP bounty has gone down to 40 from 45. The gold bounty upgrade from 3 gold per cycle to 1 gold per cycle as well. Other things here as well, when you destroy tier 3 towers and tier 4 towers, you are going to get a reduced bounty from 240 and 280 to 200. On to general changes now. The illusion gold and XP bounty from 5+ level to 2 times the level now. Illusion building damage has been reduced. I think that's a mistake. From 50 to 60, it should be from 60 to 50, so they're nerfing the illusions, I think because we saw in Kiev the major OG strat with the Terrorblade Naga illusions just killing towers so quickly. Also, buyback cooldown has now increased to 8 minutes from 7, so nerf on the buyback. Now you need to be more careful. Roshan now drops cheese from his 2nd death instead of his 3rd, meaning that you'll be able to get cheese when you drop Roshan twice instead of 3 times. His armor per upgrade interval has now increased as well, so giving Roshan a little armor buff. Power-up runes now spawn different runes on both sides of the river after 40 minutes, so it's no longer going to be one side. At 40 minutes, there'll be different ones in both sides of the river. Uphill mischance no longer applies to flying units. So for example, Batrider using Firefly is going to be able to not miss when he's hitting uphill. There's also some pathing issues between the bottom dire creeps between tier 1 and tier 2, as there was some weird pathing with the trees before. They've said to have fixed that. Now the tower bonus armor based on nearby enemy heroes AoE increased from 1400 to 1600. So now obviously that again is part of the whole illusion strategy with OG of the illusions, where they'd go a certain amount away for them not to be able to get the buff for the tower, but now they've upped the AoE for this by 200. Now another thing apart from general changes is the respawn talents. Now all of the 42 respawn talents in the game have been replaced. Valve decided to remove it because they thought that heroes, like a lot of the supports that would have ridiculous respawn talents, that they would respawn far too commonly, especially Lion. Like there was one with Lion and Undying, I think, where they'd literally respawn instantly after dying because of their respawn talents. So let's start off with Warlock. Warlock now can summon a golem on his death at level 20. That's really big. So just like his ultimate, every time he dies at level 20 onwards, he'll drop a golem. Now we don't know if that actually stuns or not. If it does, that'll be very good talent to have for Warlock. The Pudge level 20 now is a plus 1 second dismember duration. Also very good at helping keeping lockdown on enemy heroes. Magnus at level 25 now has plus 500 skewer range, meaning he'll be able to go much further than he was before. Now Lone Druid has plus 50% Spirit Bear magic resistance at level 20, which is actually really good. It means his bear can survive a very long time with that 50% magic resistance. Lina gets plus 40 move speed at level 15. Now 40 move speed is a lot, especially for Lina. Now that's a really good talent for her at level 15. There's a plus 1 Malefice instance at level 20 for Enigma, meaning you'll have one more stun at level 20. Earthshaker has plus 350 Fissure range at level 20, which is again very good, a larger area to be able to get stun off. Clockwork now at level 20 has plus 40 Battery Assault damage. Now that's quite significant because the Battery Assault obviously does it per instance, so if you're caught in like the cogs, then you'll probably not make it out alive with that talent. Bristlebat gets plus 10% spell lifesteal at level 20. That's also a big one because he can spam out his skills very frequently with the quills. Now that's going to be a very good one to have. Earth Spirit Geomagnetic Grip targets allies, so it's no longer tied to the Scepter Enchant Remnant. It's no longer tied to the Scepter, sorry, and the Enchant Remnant is unchanged. Now it doesn't even say what level this is, but probably level 20 or 25, something like that. Enchantress gets plus 6% impetus damage at level 25, and that's quite heavy because you can think about how it does damage based on the range, on how far away you are from the target, so that's going to be quite a big one for this update. Brewmaster now gets plus 2 seconds Thunderclap slow at level 20. Again, the slow is quite significant. It's going to be very helpful, plus 2 extra seconds on that. Beastmaster at level 15 will get plus 1 Boar Summon. Those are really good for slowing enemies. That'll be very helpful for Beastmaster. Zeus gets plus 0.5 second Lightning Bolt mini stun at level 20. Now that mini stun is gonna be, you'll notice the difference if you see Zeus getting that talent. That's actually really good. Moving on, we have Lycan plus 12 Feral HP regen at level 15. That's really good. Crystal Maiden though at level 20 plus 50 freezing field damage. That's a lot because it does add up every second that you're in there in the CM ult. So that's quite a big one for her. At level 20, a big one for Shadow Shaman plus 4 ward summons. So when he's using his ult, there'll be plenty more wards being able to attack everything like structures and all that good stuff. Visage has Soul Assumption Double Strike. Now it will hit a random second within the cast range. This is like the Ags on Scarroth Mage, but it doesn't say the level again, so we'll have to see. Winter Wyvern gets +1 second cold embrace duration at level 20. Again, this is really good for the healing of allies. Can be very, very helpful indeed. Witch Doctor gets +2 cast bounces at level 15. That's really good. 2 extra attempts on getting the stun off on heroes or the creeps or whatever. Legion Commander gets +10% moment proc chance at level 20. Now that's actually really, really big. Lots of life still for the Legion Commander now with the increased chance. Keeper of the Light has +300 Chakra Magic mana at level 15. That's huge. Like, that 300 is a lot of mana to have giving out constantly at level 15. Dazzle at level 20 has +25 Poison Touch DPS. Again, that's also very, very helpful for Dazzle because you've got the slow and it'll do more damage now than it did previously. Treant Protector now at level 25, +40 Leech Seed damage and heal. That's going to be huge. You're going to get so much more damage done and healing constantly from Leech Seed. That's going to be very important, especially because loads of people are playing Treant right now in the meta. Sand King at level 15, -50 Epicenter attack slow. That's going to be really, really big as well. -50, that's a lot of attack speed to lose. So that's a really nice one for Sand King at level 15. Venomancer gets +14% Poison Sting Slow at level 25. Now, +14% slow, that's you know, that's heavy. That's a lot of slow. AA has now +8% Ice Vortex slow resistance at level 20. Chen, +1000 creep health at level 20. That's ridiculous. Disruptor, +40 Thunderstrike damage at level 15. Also, that's quite a bit more damage for the Disruptor. Elder Titan at level 10 gets +200 mana. That's fairly straightforward. Now the IO one, this is interesting. The Tether now stuns at level 25. So when you tether and you go, I think, near an ally, it's going to stun. Or maybe it stuns in an AoE. Around, we're yet to find out. But this one, it might be a very big one for IO. Now Jakura, also another big one, level 25. Macro Power Pure is now pure and pierces magic community. So, you know, that's also another big one for Jakura. Lion's getting 75 cast range at level 10. Now, one of the biggest ones here, probably the biggest level 25 talent, Nature's Prophet, removed teleportation cooldown at level 25. That's absolutely absurd. That cooldown just completely removed at level 25. You can spam out the TPs. Oracle is getting plus 0.75 second fortunes and max duration at level 10, so that can be quite helpful if you're trying to get the stuns off on heroes. Phoenix gets plus 20 XP gain at level 10. That's a lot. 20 XP gain for level 10 is actually a lot for Phoenix, especially. Pugna gets plus 1 second decrepify duration at level 15. Shadow Demon, minus 1.5 second Shadow Poison cooldown. Now that's going to be pretty good for Shadow Demon, being able to spam that at level 20. Spirit Breaker, plus 30% Greater Bash damage. Not chance, but damage at level 20. So damage for Greater Bash is increased by a lot, which is really helpful. TA now, level 25, minus 8 mild armor reduction. So you can think of a TA now with Desolator. That's going to be huge. Loads of armor reduction. Undying, really nice talent at level 10. 15 HP regen for level 10 on Undying. That's crazy. And the last one, Techies, ridiculous. Level 25, plus 250 attack damage. That is almost a rapier's worth of damage. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, guys, this has been Dota Academy, going through the general changes in patch 7.06. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like rating below if you did, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.